CM Punk dropped a pipe bomb last night on Monday Night Raw, and boy howdy, it was straight fire. Calling out Pat McAfee, calling out the price gouging of Wrestlemania tickets by the parent company TKO. Woo! It was amazing and awesome. Could not believe my ears as it was happening. I wanted 2009 Randy Orton, but I needed 2011 CM Punk. Hopefully, we're about to get a sequel to the Summer of Punk because he said what we were all thinking. But here's the thing. I started seeing people online saying, oh, guys, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, guys. It was all a work. I'm going to address that on Monday Night Raw Hot Takes. Let's see what y'all have to say. We got DragX KMO says, let's not forget the so-called pipe bomb was made by TKO and WWE. They're playing us. All right, well, let's not forget this. You know, with all due respect, DragX, wrestling as a whole, it's all a work. Every single thing about wrestling is a work. And for all the new wrestling fans out there, you're going to hear these two terms a lot, work and shoot. A work is scripted, it's supposed to happen, it's part of the, it's just part of the show, baby. But a shoot is when the wrestler or wrestlers go into business for themselves and they do something that's not in the script. That's a shoot. And what we saw last night was a work-shoot promo, a combination of the two, but make no mistake about it, yeah, it was probably approved on some levels. And I hate to break the news to you people, the 2011 pipe bomb, awesome, amazing, changed the business. That was also a work.
I was leaving. I showed up at TV and they're like, well, you get your wish. You get to air your grievances. And I was like, wow, cool, really?
Now, they didn't know what CM Punk was going to say.
I wrote a phony one, which got approved. And then I went out there and I said whatever I wanted. Because there's no way in hell Vince would have let me say anything about Paul Heyman.
On one hand, it was a shoot in that he said things that nobody would say. But on the other hand, it was literally scheduled in the docket that CM Punk is going to deliver an off-the-cuff promo at this time.
I literally thought I was going to get the plug pulled way before that, but they let it fly.
If that had been a total shoot, they would have cut the microphone way earlier on him in 2011. So tonight, yes, it was a work. I'm pretty confident that Triple H knew that CM Punk was going to go out there and talk about the ticket sales. And now some of you might be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, that ruins everything. I thought CM Punk was just kind of just speaking from his heart. And he was, though. He was probably given a blank check to go out there and say whatever he wanted, just like he did in 2011. Just because they knew CM Punk was going to address ticket prices doesn't mean that there's not truth in what he said. Where were the lies in anything CM Punk said? So while, yes, it was scheduled for CM Punk to go off on Pat McAfee and TKO, it doesn't take away anything from anything. Those were probably real feelings, just like back then. Let them work us. Let them work us. That, like, do you not want to be worked? That's what wrestling is. Work me, baby. Work me all day long. You want to work me into cheering for somebody calling out the bad business practices of price gouging? Go for it. Go for it. And for the record, I don't want to spoil things for you, but Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, they don't really hate each other. They really don't. They're making us believe that they do because that's what wrestling is. Just like CM Punk was making us believe that he was going completely off the cuff there. No, he had a little bit of direction, but that doesn't mean anything he said were lies. It doesn't even mean that he doesn't believe what he said. It means he was given a blank check last night and he cashed it. And I'm okay with that. And you know what else I'm okay with? Losing this belt on my shoulder. I'm going to give it away. I'm holding a contest, people, at 20,000 subscribers. Look at my subscriber count right now. It's 19,900. In about 100 subscribers, I'm giving away a belt. How do you enter to win said belt? All you got to do is be a subscriber and comment on videos. Every time you have one comment on one new video, that's one new entry to win. So you can enter multiple times. Just comment on multiple videos. Free shipping, free everything, anywhere in the world. You can win this belt right here. It's not a toy, people. It's a replica. All right, let's do some more hot takes. Daniel Kitzer says, Punk was awesome. Right message, right messenger. Longneck says, things were crazy last night, especially the pipe bomb. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was needed. It was refreshing. And again, don't care if it was a work or a shoot. The truth was there. The truth was there. And that's when wrestling is at its best and greatest, when you don't know what is true and what is not. And it just blends together like a perfect story. And yesterday was a perfect promo. Loved it. If you want to go see more of how I felt about it, go watch yesterday's video, because I spent like the first 10 minutes just kind of glowing after it and in just amazement of what it was. TTJC says, Ray's not beating the deadbeat allegations because why is he inserting himself into the IC ladder match? Let Dragon and Penta have something. I mean, I guess I don't mind him being inserted into the ladder match, but why not Kofi Kingston? Kofi literally has a storyline going with Javon Evans. So, like, Kofi should get in there before Ray. I get it. Ray's a living legend. Fine. Put him on the WrestleMania card. But, like, we don't have to neglect Kofi Kingston at the same time. Eric Shook says, we're getting the Demon. Yes. We had a little promo last night where Finn Balor, you could see that the Demon is fighting to get out. And he's going to get out, actually. They revealed the match card today at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. Literally has a graphic of the Demon versus Dominic Mysterio. I think they should have just done it. I think the pop would have been way larger if the Demon had just come out. It's still going to be a large pop, but I think they missed a missed opportunity. Mr. Dark Gable says, if celebrities are so important, why not have their own celebrity WrestleMania? You know what? I know you're kind of joking here, but what if we did a celebrity battle royal? That would actually be kind of interesting. It'd probably be a train wreck, but like, oh my gosh, you could have Pat McAfee, Grunt, or what was it, Grok? I don't even know what his name was. Johnny Knoxville, Snooki, I don't care. Just celebrity battle royal, please, please. Subtle Nuances says, Nepo Baby safety nets for the select few to be allowed to fall and ticket prices. So this is in regards to pretty much the first half of CM Punk's promo. Honestly, CM Punk had two promos last night. The one he cut on Roman and then the one he cut on Pat McAfee / TKO ticket prices. And I think both were good. My favorite line, when he basically said that there was a safety net for Roman Reigns to fail, and that, yeah, you have wrestled like so many WrestleMania main events because you failed so many. If that had been me, I would have been fired a long time ago. That was a really good line. I think a lot of people are going to miss a lot of the really good banger one-liners that he had in his first promo against Roman because of the pipe bomb. And what's crazy is there's going to be some people out there who are like, wow, you hate Roman Reigns because you agreed with something he said? No, I said I like a CM Punk promo. That's what I said, actually. Money on Repeat says, I can't wait to see how Roman tops Punk's promo next week. Oh, I can't either. Punk cut a really good promo on Roman this week, so Roman's coming back for a receipt next, and every single time I felt that Punk had Roman on the ropes, Roman came back swinging. So like Roman is, I feel Roman is a very underrated talker. I think people really sleep on how good Roman is. Stephen Betty says the true biggest matchup of WrestleMania has become Triple H versus Ari Emanuel, who I might pay money to see that. Soul Collector says, is Brock gonna ever one-up Oba during this road to WrestleMania? Oba's been dog walking him every segment. I know, I'm a little worried, actually. I feel like we need to let Brock beat up Oba next week because God, please don't let Obafemi lose at WrestleMania. Andre Bryant says, is Scott Steiner the godfather of shoot/work promos? Maybe. Or, you know what, maybe Shane Douglas when ECW formed. ECW kind of made it their thing, so Yeah, but Scott Steiner might have been the first mainstream guy to really lean into it. KaiCast, who, apologize if I got your name wrong, says Liv and Roxanne head slam was brutal. Oh my gosh, it was very brutal. Oh man, and then Liv Morgan has a knot on her head right now. That was like, oh, ouch. Liv Morgan, like, she takes a lot of punishment. Tuna Tunga says, no El Grande Americano, but yes to Ray is crazy to me. I agree. I actually agree. I mean, if we gotta do Ray, then put Grande in there also. I don't see why. Grande's been a huge part of WWE this past year. Get him on the card. Drexel Dragon says, might not actually be a hot take, but that Punk promo was better than any of the segments involving Roman. Just stay on the couch, Mr. OTC. Well, I mean, whether you like one over the other, that's like debatable, but like, just, I don't know, why not both? Mickey says, I've seen enough. Let Oba and Brock main event. Unfortunately, it's a done deal. They're not going to main event, but they are kind of in a main event spot in that on night 2, they're going to give away 1 hour of WrestleMania on ESPN, and Brock and Oba are the night 2 first free hour main event on free ESPN Plus, so there's that. Streams Once a Week says, don't get me wrong, I love a good pull-apart brawl, but when it happens weekly, it loses its charm. Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with you. The Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes pull-apart brawl actually kind of tainted this pull-apart brawl, and this was actually a really good one. Bailey Rhodes says, she won! Bailey beats Lash Legend last night, and I don't know how I feel about this. I've been saying that we need to protect Bailey because she loses too much. But on the other hand, Lash Legend, I don't know why we're not protecting her. Like, she could have came in the women's division on fire, red hot. Look at how we protected Obafemi and Trick Williams and what they're doing. I think we could have done that with Lash Legend. If we just would have had Nia Jax take the pin instead of Lash, I feel it would have been better. Tracy Woods says, hot take, Raquel and Io aren't in WrestleMania matches? Nope, they are not. It's official, and it's weird. Raquel has had a stellar year. I really think it was a bad call not getting Raquel Rodriguez in a match. I really think she deserved it. And Io Sky, like, why is Io Sky being the damsel in distress in Rhea Ripley's feud? I don't like that at all. Io Sky has beaten Rhea Ripley every single time. She should not be the victim in that feud right there. And like Io and Asuka, it's like they had Asuka cut a promo on her yesterday. And so I thought for sure we were leading up to that. No. T-Queen says CM Punk can't get over in his own match, so he did his usual and inserted himself into another match and made a promo. I don't know. I like when storylines kind of intersect, but I wanted to read that so the CM Punk haters can cheer somebody on. And that's not me making fun of this person. I like to offer a different perspective on this channel. I want everyone to be heard, both sides of the argument. DS Wisemark says WWE brings in celebrities because they know their WWE superstars aren't celebrities enough. That I can see that as being kind of a hot take. NMIT1P says nothing was memorable or interesting. I don't think it's hyped at all. It's going to be WrestleMania 9 bad. WrestleMania 9 bad. Is that where Undertaker fought the Giant Gonzalez? Yeah, if you didn't think there was anything interesting or memorable from last night, I don't think you'll think anything is. I mean, that, like, even like the CM Punk promo, that wasn't memorable at all or interesting, not even a little bit. Bishop Marley says, I like that Gunther is not aligned with Paul Heyman, seemingly, and I'm very interested in what his beef with Seth really is. Yeah, I don't know what his beef with Seth is, but it does feel like that Gunther, after the fact, went up to Paul and said, you owe me more than thank you. So it looks like Gunther is expecting a favor from Paul Heyman, and what I'm thinking is he's going to want Brock Lesnar's retirement match at SummerSlam. Major Mario says, best AJ Lee and Becky promo, glad they put the extra acting aside. It was good, and I feel it was their best one, but it just ended the same where AJ is just always looking so strong. Like, I don't know. I need AJ to be on the losing end here and there. Every week, AJ just owns Becky Lynch psychologically, mentally, and then she just wins all their matches. It's like, why do I even want to? I'm not even that interested in this match anymore. Like, I was interested in it 7 months ago. Numba says, a legit hot take, I'm still not seeing this is the real main event with Oba and Brock. Since when has Brock given us a banger match in the last few years he's been here? Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's like this is just going to be a hoss fight. Just two big dudes going at it. It's Mecha Godzilla and Godzilla just going to town. Honestly, if you're not seeing it by now, you're probably not going to see it. Because I totally invested from the moment they had a stare down at Royal Rumble even. I was like, oh, wow, this is great. But the fact that when Oba put his foot on Brock's chest, I was beyond sold. And if that didn't sell you, then this matchup is probably just not for you. And I mean, that's okay. While I don't understand how you cannot just be all in on this matchup, because it is actually my most anticipated match of Mania. I don't know, different strokes for different folks. Alfonso Passion says, woo, so shocked yet glad Punk said that to TKO. Someone had to say it. I'm sorry, but don't blame creative people. Well, hang on a second. I love that Punk called out TKO and the ticket prices. And even if WrestleMania is not sold out because ticket prices are too high, creative still has sucked over the last year. Those are two separate issues. Ticket prices being out of control has nothing to do with creative sucking. Taxi.wave says they need to slow down on the Danhausen or his gimmick is going to get real old real fast. I actually do agree with this. But that said, I don't understand why Danhausen doesn't got a spot at WrestleMania. He has a feud going on SmackDown with Kit Wilson or The Miz. We could easily do that. I love AEW and pro wrestling. I think AEW pay-per-view called Dynasty will blow WrestleMania out of the water on the wrestling side of things. I just think that AEW is better than WWE nowadays. I will say that AEW product is a lot better than it was 2 or 3 years ago. I do implore WWE fans, if you have the time in your day, go check out AEW. You might like what you see. Batman says, listen, I'm a big fan of Punk, but enough is enough. What's the point of having an old dude wrestle every week? His style of wrestling needs some athleticism. He's not the Big Show. He's not. You compared CM Punk to the Big Show. That's actually funny. That's funny. I'm just going to leave that comment there. I love your name and I love your comment. Carmichael says, say what you want, but I feel like anytime Triple H is on screen, it's a good thing. Feels important. Well, we disagree. Maybe he'll induct himself in the Hall of Fame again so we can get like 8 more vignettes about how great Triple H's career was. Alfonso Passion says, I'm pretty sure Ray pretended to be hurt as he wants his own son to retire him and not Gunther. I kind of think that happened too. Ron Talks Tabletop says, how awful was the Jade and Rhea build? Bad promos, undercooked faction, poorly executed repeated story beats. Yeah, just everything about that feud, it's not good. It is not good whatsoever. And what's even worse is when that match is probably not good, Rhea will blame Jade, Jade will blame Rhea, then they will both turn and lash out on the internet because both of them have been known to do it, and they will blame us fans for not appreciating them. And they'll say, well, why don't you get it and do it better? I hope they make me eat my words, but somehow I doubt it. I think this is gonna be rough. So Don says, if Ariel Emanuel came out as a heel, it would actually work really well. Just come out and call the fans poor or not being able to afford the shows and how little they understand about business because they're all living in there with their parents still. Oh my God, yes, Russell Don. Please do that. Please do that. If this is all the work anyways, the high ticket prices, let's lean into this work. Remember, Vince McMahon. We hated Vince for what he did to Bret Hart. But then Vince just made it into a character, and then we loved to hate Vince for what he did to Bret Hart, and then unbeknownst to us, we eventually just loved Vince. Do it. Could you imagine the head of TKO as a heel figure on WWE? All right, boys. All right, girls. Those are your hot takes for Monday Night Raw. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a Easter egg video on CM Punk's pipe bomb. See ya, bye.